to actually pump it out there. He's got enough Vespane with the double coming off at the moment to pump them out and get rid of this mass Lings, which has been pumping out so much from the Zergs tonight. And that's how a lot of the Zerg have been controlling this map so far, controlling the game so far tonight. As we see a second command center now being built. Factory's going to sit there. No Hellion coming out. He's short of the minerals. So I was expecting like a reactor to actually pump them out at mass speed. Which once he has that extra command center up and running, and of course that auto command dropping down the mules just pumps up the resources. Those Hellions, you can build up the army so fast. There's the reactor. We might see the Hellions popping up shortly after.
Yep, and a tech lab for the barracks as well now, which, as we keep saying, the Terrans do have it pretty easy because they can switch those two around and completely change his army composition in half a second. Another barracks coming up. That's 2 barracks, 1 command center, and a factory here. So frankly, that's not particularly different. GLaDe with 2 spine crawlers, bit interesting, because he claims he knows what's going on. So he feels that they're definitely going to help him there in those specific positions. So
it's going to need him for the Hellions. If the Hellions get themselves into his lines, he's screwed. And with those spine crawlers there, like between the two of them, they should be able to deal with most of what comes off there with a couple of Lings coming in from behind. A Suicide Overlord now coming in here from GLaDe. He wants to have a look. He wants to see that command center. He wants to see the double barracks now popping off. And even then, I'm wondering if that's even bait coming off. Hellions now up and running. Supply goes down so they can run themselves out, and they want to do as much damage as they can. And he was waiting for it. This is perfect. Kinetic needs 4. He needs 4 Hellions to actually push himself in on this one. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And very, very wisely falling back there. Got to kill the Ling off on the tower. And he's already ready for it. Queen's up nice and high. She can attack from the nice high side. And those spine crawlers easily able to defend against those 2 Hellions.
Yep, and now this is a point where the Terran should be thinking about, you know what? I'm screwed if I keep going this way. And he suits straight away to Siege Tank. He's going to go defensive. He has actually rallied it to the low ground rather than the high ground, which is a little bit strange, I will say. But he's got his reactor on the barracks, tech lab on 1, and tech lab on 2. Pretty standard. Reactor double tech lab, and expansions down. He's completely changing himself to a more of a bio build with a few siege tanks on the side to help with his defense. And yeah, pretty basic.
Look at the counter, Muta. Straight up there. This is what I was talking about in the first match. This is what I love from GLaDe. He's like, okay, cool. He's you already know he's gonna switch it. You just feel in your bones the fact that the barracks are gonna jump themselves across. He's gonna go for siege tanks and pump his resources into that one. And all I have to do is just harass him with mutas from behind and get the Lings on the front row. And of course now the Hellions get themselves caught out and the Lings get on top of him from that one. That's just too easy. And he's going to go for the rich mineral field to try and stay 1 expansion in front right now. So GLaDe, he's playing a perfect game right now. The question is, can Kinetic be ready for this one? Is he going to be ready for this muta harass? Is he going to be able to actually hold off too with Banelings? It's like everything is at the Zerg's disposal right now. 2 bunkers going down. Going to try and hold on to this expansion. 1 siege tank is down. Range is pretty poor on that one too, but I think he's worried about them getting into his resource line. It's 1 going up high. Oh, Kinetic, what's going to happen? What is going to happen?
I don't know. It's not looking that great in his favour. He has supply capped himself twice now, so he's dropping down extra supplies down now.
Look at the resources go. Right into the tech because he's supply capped himself. He's got nothing else to put it into bar tech.
Yeah, and look at that harvester difference straight away. There's 15 to 20 in favour of GLaDe. It's 2 bunkers here, which, as we've seen time and time again, Banelings make sure to them very quick, and this is going to be a double expand for GLaDe. He's got 1 down at the top right at what would be his third expansion, and second expansion of the rich mineral field should be on its way quite shortly. He's just killed the rocks off there. I don't see any drones on the way, but I'm sure that's not far off. Mutas are on their way to start the harass. GLaDe's looking in a pretty good position at the moment, and our Terran player, this defense is not going to be enough. He's only got 4 guys who can shoot at things in the air.
He's screwed. No. He's actually put up 2 missile turrets on his natural, on his original. There is a small gap. The mutas can get themselves around on that one and still do a little bit of damage. But he's
only put them on one side. He hasn't put 1 on either side. He's put both on the natural and the main. He's put them on the far right and the far left of them. So if GLaDe goes in between, he can transition in between.
Coming down low. He's getting hit from the downside, and GLaDe does actually get scared off there. They are in a perfect position. They can't get themselves across. He can't come in from below. The missile turrets are there. You still got your Marines in the bunker, so they can defend on the front lines here. And two missile turrets right next to each other. And that's what he needed to do. If he split themselves up, then you can actually see with that attack upgrade on the back of the Mutalisk, they can easily bring down one at a time, and then the opening is there. And now you see these the mass Marines. Well, he's got 4 of them at least coming up. To try and get on top. In come the Mutas now for the natural expansion. The missile turret just tweaks for a little bit of a second. It's like a geriatric kid, waiting for the right time to actually shoot off here. And it's, then we're going to come. It comes in for another missile turret. It's like every single area is covered here for Kinetic. He's got a good ground defense now with 5 siege tanks protecting that main. But the minerals, he's allowing GLaDe to free expand. That's his biggest problem. And look at all those banelings. They're ready to hit through.
Yeah, well, by doing this, he's actually locked himself in a certain path. He's only got limited strategy, and ultimately right now, GLaDe could be like, screw it, not go Mutalisk anymore, and completely change. GLaDe is in such a great position. He's going to have that, oh, there we go, it's finally queued up that hatch for the gold. He is in such a good position, and there we go, there's that gap I was talking about. He can get straight in between everything and shoot if he so chooses. He decided to back off a bit there, because it actually finally is just too many Marines. But if he did that exact path earlier on, he would have caused so much destruction. Would have gone straight for supply depots and would just been a massive jerk, and it would have worked out great for him. But no medivacs available in play here as well, which is quite interesting.
Look, this is what I love about GLaDe. Look at this middle right now with the Queen dropping out nothing but creep tumors. He wants to expand this map. Even if he does have to drop down a hatchery, he can still cover it and creep. And just lock Kinetic in. Kinetic now getting those free minerals out there from the bunkers, not as though he actually needs it. I think he just wants to actually make a bit of a gap so he can push himself out now, and he's doing so as well. Medivacs are up. They're going to heal up that little bit of Marines as well as the Marauders there, just in case they come into any armor whatsoever. And the 5-6 siege tanks on the back lines there going to keep everything going right now. I'm surprised we actually haven't seen a drop as well to actually pick up one of those siege tanks. They're going to actually go for the... there we go. It's rich mineral field expansion time, boys and girls. That's where they're headed off. The Muta army, though, coming in from behind. How many have we actually got in that Muta army? What have we got? 8, 10, 15, 16, something like that. Coming on 13. Through. The Muta army is actually 18. 18 on the Muta army, ready to push themselves out. Siege tanks thinking about coming a little bit closer. If they pop off the tower, there goes the tower. They can have themselves a bit of a look around. And Ling's now going to come in nice and close. The stim pack's going to pop off. In come the Mutas, right on top of it. They're going to go straight for the siege tanks. Or are they? The medivacs are still trying to bring
the banelings
back. The banelings have gone completely gaga. And wiped out the majority of the force, taking out almost every, in fact, does take out every single siege tank. One now coming back out now. One Muta getting a little bit too close to that missile turret, getting brought down too. A lot of Marines still up, popping off that stim pack. Keep the heals coming, boys. They're going to need them every single time they dose up on the drugs. And, well, holding on to the expansion. But look at this macro. This is insane macro coming out from GLaDe. If he's not getting an achievement for this one, I'm surprised.
Yeah, he's on 63 over 52 harvesters. He's coming up 1900, so even with those mules, which are, by the way, constantly being spammed out, there's no scanning being used here by a Terran player. And GLaDe's going to come out, he's going to isolate a turret and take it down. There we go, there's one, and now he is in such a good position right now. He can take down every one of these little add-ons to the barracks here, and that is devastating. That is absolutely devastating. Just the time consumed, let alone the costs and whatnot. It's great play by GLaDe here, and this army is just not mobile enough for Kinetic. He is relying, in his design of his army here, he has relied on those siege tanks to help stop off aggression. But unfortunately, the aggression is coming from a Mutarisk.
Look at the Baneling, the extra speed on the Banelings, just ready to move themselves in. The Muta army, they're literally just going to become what I like to describe as a ball of fuzz, and just run themselves around them.
This is how bad this was. There was a drop, and the Banelings just demolished it in half a second. It may as well have not happened. Mutas sweep through, take out the medivac, and GLaDe is now ready to go on the front foot. For whatever reason, Kinetic's decided now is a good time to do that. And I think we're going to have a repeat in a second or two of Banelings just wiping out that whole thing.
In they come. In they come. Mutas over the top. They're going to go. Banelings in. They're moving very, very fast. 1 siege tank down. 2 siege tanks down. 3 siege tanks. Go on down. And come on down is also the older commander. It's going to fall from the skies. The stim packs are going off. The Bailings are still running them. The Bailings want to get themselves in there and just blow themselves up. Almost every single Marine, bar one, has gone down.
That's GG. Look at this mutas.
And it's rolling through. The GG goes out there. GLaDe takes it 2-0. And Kinetic is just like, yep. Cool.
Wow. The amount of mutalisks at the end there.
27. That's
Jesus.
beautiful.
Yeah, there was no chance for him to do anything there. And that is it for GLaDe versus Kinetic. You got to see your GLaDe matchup. You've been missing your lovely boyfriend there, MoonGlade, for quite a while. And that is it for that match, not for the night. We've got thousands of demos to go through for the night. But Toby and Pandan for CyberGamer TV, the Western Digital Storm 2010. This is day 1 of 2 of this huge tournament, Toby, and I believe anybody who's made it to round 2 is guaranteed $50 to start it off. So we do have a spread out prize pool, much similar to the GSL.
Yeah. So everyone gets to walk away with something. Of course, there are big money up for grabs here. With the first place actually taking it, I think it's the largest prize pool we've seen for an Australian tournament, at least a CyberGamer tournament here for Starcraft 2 so far.
$17.50.
Yeah, $17.50, and then second gets $12.50 too. So it's well, apart from losing out on the honor, you also lose out the extra $500. But big plays coming out from all the guys today. More action coming up as well. Of course, this is the Storm 2010 Western Digital Tournament hosted by CyberGamer, myself, Tobiwan, and Pandan, taking you through tonight.